Okay, guys, are you ready? This is going on YouTube, so say hi, YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Say hi to YouTube, guys. Say hi. Say hi, goddammit! Right, so ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen my reaction to part 1 of this, it is currently on my YouTube. Please make sure you go give that a gander if you get the chance to. Otherwise, welcome to part 2 of Maxor's An Incorrect Summary of Elden Ring. 3, 2, 1.
Do not play this video in the dark. It is very scary.
Well, I've already felt that. I'm in the dark. Fuck, I can't see. Oh, God. Everything's
You have a
broken.
whole bunch of nerds waiting for you in a VC.
Ow. Maxor should have told me not to watch this in the dark sooner. I just tripped over Billy's dead, bloated corpse.
The lands between, so
killer.
beautiful, so tranquil, until I showed up. Welcome
Dude,
back, everyone.
I swear to God. I swear that this place, this one, I swear to God, this place has been named everywhere that is the most disgusting place to be in the world. People have called this England. People have called this your mum. Dude.
Tranquil,
If you ever
until I showed up.
somebody, put their
Welcome
name
back,
in that
everyone, to
place
Elden
instead.
Ring, one of the games of all time, featuring deep role-playing mechanics, riveting combat,
It's like
cool
deep
math
role-play
games,
mechanics? You
happy
mean me trying to
weekends,
wipe
and
through
probably
millennia?
a story
Hell
so
yeah.
convoluted that entire YouTube channels exist just to tell you
This
about
is
it. I do not
America.
know much about the lore, but I do know one thing. Millennia is definitely the Blade of Mikola. When we last left off, we had endured great pain and suffering in our quest to destroy the cast of Percy Jackson. But do not worry, the pain has only just begun. And if you somehow haven't seen the first part, then
You're a nerd.
that's fine. I have also seen JoJo.
Except it's not. If you haven't watched the first part, go back and watch the first part right the fuck now. Rogan, thank you for the resub.
So with the Elden Ring shattered and scattered among America's inbred dipshits, it's time to tear our way through enemies aplenty, attempt to find a girlfriend,
Man, it's
almost impossible,
you know
and
what? Almost like we never stopped watching the first video. Just jumping back into this feels so right. You know what I mean? Maxor's editing style and Maxor's like commentation is just chef's kiss. Chef's kiss.
that's the true strength of my hardware, because this will be our greatest challenge yet, and also the easiest challenge for the rest of the game.
Yes, that's about the experience I had. I wonder if he's going to spend 5 hours dying to probably the easiest boss in the game like I did. I can't even imagine how long it takes him to edit these kind of things.
Last time on Blatant Copyright Infringement Fair Use Edition, we struggled to take Grandpa off his
I
life.
really have to know, where the fuck does he find all these memes in the first place? Like, how does anybody have this kind of mental degradation to know all these memes and fit them in perfectly?
Support with violence, delivered Garfield his precious lasagna, and finally convinced Joseph Hussein Biden to end it all with nuclear fire. I'm dead serious. Wow, that was a fucking crazy. I better fast travel to the third Impact Evangelion. We're moving at a real breakneck speed. You know, just when I was thinking this game can't possibly get bigger, it gets significantly bigger. I'm not sure if the developers are okay, especially since they're trapped in the same...
Am I the only person that when I look at the lands between, I think it looks a little bit like Genshin Impact if Genshin Impact lost its color filter and also snorted a severe amount of crack cocaine? It does kind of, like the scope of it.
Can't possibly get bigger. It gets significantly bigger. I'm not sure if the developers are okay, especially since they're
That's what it was for me as well. When I got into the game, I seriously thought that the game was like just this small part of the map that you loaded into, and then the map got bigger and bigger and bigger. And then I realized that the map had an underside to it, and I was like, holy shit balls, Batman.
trapped in the same room as that man. It turns out nuclear weapons are a great way to excavate the Earth, and there are no long-term consequences, which means we've got an entirely new area to explore, hiding just beneath our feet.
Hey, yo, giant fucking hole. I'm just saying, guys, if you wanted a giant fucking hole to explore, you could have gone to my Fansly.
And no, we're not going to visit the Blue Man Group again. I still have the nightmares. Wait a second, this is Michigan. I need to leave as soon as possible.
Hello, traveler.
Ah, it's a woman.
I'm possessed of four arms, and that is what tickles thy fancy?
Pringles can.
Art thou of no more brain than stone?
Can you speak English?
Can you throw yourself into a wood chipper? Listen, I have never seen a caucasoid run that fast. They kept yelling, "Go, white boy, go."
Okay.
Who is voice acting that? Because that sounds incredibly sussily familiar. Hold on. I think I know who that is. Maxor? Oh, Shenpai! I thought it was! I thought it was!
I shall need thy help to run my errands.
May I ask why?
No, I'm going through a tunnel right now. Your signal is breaking up.
I apologize for that. I may not have known at the time, but this was the beginning of an absolute rabbit hole. One that would lead me to dangerous and disturbing territory in the—
If you choose Millennia over Rani as your waifu, you suck. You're officially the worst person in existence. Rani is true waifu, and if you didn't choose the Rani ending to Elden Ring, you officially didn't play the game properly.
future. This shit makes Blaytown look like a playground. Welcome everyone to the Nether Fortress. It's 3 rooms long and filled with naked and hostile women, which is my preferred enemy. I've always wanted to be a police officer. This is just like my favorite Japanese anime, Kill the Cats. And if that's a little too intense for you, don't worry. There are dozens of skinwalkers waiting around every corner. Just knowing that makes me feel very comfortable. But my favorite enemy in the entire level is in fact myself. Me. I am the boss of the level. Hey, what's up guys, Max over here. We're out here going after Shadow Peter Pan. I'm forced to fight the only bitch that I trust. Gonna lay a fucking smackdown on Dark Link. This battle is a unique concept to say the least. It perfectly copies and uses your entire inventory. And yes, this does mean you can unequip your weapon and laugh at him for the whole fight. He literally cannot damage me in this state. Not that you would need it, because if there's anyone in the world who knows how to keep me down, it is myself. This boss's weakness is naked anime women, but overall it was a great experience taking revenge upon the man who ruined my life. Unfortunately, as a result of that battle, I have destroyed a part of myself. I have killed my artistic integrity. Hey guys, I built an entire torture chamber for animals in hardcore Minecraft, and if you want to see how I exterminate the innocent, stick around until I kill my son. I feel like if you showed this video to a Victorian child, he would die instantly. And speaking of dying, we've returned again to Jump Scare Junction. That's right, I lied to you. I give Dora the wrong directions. This area is an identical copy of the last time, complete with the same puzzle, the same enemies, and the exact same boss, but this time he's glowing, just like this video. Now don't get me wrong, I love beating Canadians to death, but why? Please do not subject me to more Canuck and boss torture. Now as for the rest of the area, it's pretty nice, you know, kinda short, introduces the brand new Sapient Sphere type enemy. That's okay though, I too have seen Steel Ball run, but what I really want to find is—
Guys, there is a clip out there of me getting my ass handed to me by that fucking ball. I don't even, like, I saw it coming towards me and I was like, why is that ball moving like that? And then it killed me. So that was an experience.
This knife, which is a surprise tool that will help us later. With this, I may now cause many kitchen nightmares. Let's go talk to someone who actually knows what's happening right now. Not you, though the alternative isn't much better.
Hey, Tarnished.
Yeah, hi.
I see you come to me with LondonBinKnife.png.
So you know what it is then?
But if you desire a refund, I must redirect you to Ronnie the Witch in her Karian call center. Only then can you rebate your purchase.
Oh, I've met Ronnie before. She's, interesting.
But I must warn you, Tarnished, the temptation of a blue gash is strong beyond belief.
Of course, the part in this game where they reference Rule 34 has fucking Seath in it, the literal prolific Rule 34 commissioner. Which, by the way, funny story, Seath actually reached out to me at one point many years ago, back when he was doing one of his videos, as a person who was going to do some Rule 34 for him. And he never got back to me. So there's my semblance of popularity and relationship to Seath Zenge. He almost commissioned me to draw Rule 34 at one point.
I, too, have felt the call of her puppet hands upon my tackle. Just imagine, Tarnished, what those 4 armpits must smell like.
I'm going to leave now. Welcome everyone to Horrors Beyond Comprehension, a land of the hands, as it were. The Finky Dinky. Making my way here was a treacherous affair. I had to dodge the magical artillery using my immense skill. This place, however, is anything but safe. I would describe it a bit like the SpongeBob perfume department. You simply need to get through it, but you will lose a part of yourself. There are hands everywhere, in the ground.
I guess you could say you've got to be pretty handy to get past this part of the game. I acknowledge you what I mean. I'll be real, like, I love the design, like, the kind of like grim, dark, Lovecraftian vibe of Elden Ring was what really drew me in. Like, these kind of monsters were so fucking cool. It wasn't Peter Jackson, was it? No, it was the person who made Game of Thrones. Fucking what's his name? Because they had him working along with the design work, and it really shows. Like, they really leaned very heavily into the Lovecraftian vibe for this game.
On the ceiling and within my nightmares. They are 90% of the enemies, and the remaining 10% kind of remind me of myself in a really strange way. My name is Yoshikage Kira. I'm 23 years old and making YouTube videos. As it turns out, the Queen of Caria going insane in Hogwarts had implications for the kingdom, and one of those implications kind of slaps, you know, like a hand. I too would kill myself if I was written by J.K. Rowling. I can't even search for pictures of normal Knuckles on Google because I keep getting this fucking echidna. Human Knuckles just makes it worse. Now, what the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, so after dealing with my Oni-chan and killing the only normal people for miles, the game just gives up and has us fight a ghost instead.
Hi Claude, good morning.
I've always wanted to kill a white woman. Also, I'm available at this address. This fight is actually an iteration on the previous Tree Sentinel boss, so it's a really good thing that I beat him. You could say I have a lot of practice with the moveset. This time, however, we've got a copious amount of magic, even greater speed, and a horse ghost, which implies that there is a horse hell. Horses don't belong in the battlefield. They belong in the McDonald's menu. I can't even turn the bastard into glue anymore. This is just like George Orwell's Animal Farm. In summary, this boss is good, but nothing
So here's the thing. Normally when I watch and react to videos like this, normally the videos goes at such a pace that I can react to it and actually give some semblance of a response. Dude, Maxor goes at such a rate in these videos. He is so fast with references and memes. I can't even keep, like, by the time I've had the chance to react to one meme, he's referenced 62 other different things, and it's so hard to keep up with this thing. This is God hand's work of editing, I swear.
You haven't seen before or will see in 5 minutes. The magic earns her a really comfortable spot in B tier right next to herself, but that is a story for part 19. So for now, I'm just gonna send her to a farm upstate.
You dick.
By the way, I've played
Dragon, I straight up thought that was part of the video.
this game for 130 hours and haven't slotted a spell. Now, as a full metal consequence of my vehicular manslaughter, we have finally unlocked Ronnie's Rise and my favorite part of the game, Nihyo Romansu Shirureta. Honestly, I'm a big fan of the writing on this one. I just don't really care for the Blythe arc where he eats the classroom. But to get to that, we have to fight the most dangerous and powerful boss of them all, the copy-paste key. If we can teach magic to fucking dragons and dogs, I don't even know why we try. The most powerful wizards can be found in a zoo. You know, at least he's gone. He has chosen peace. I guess all that's left to do now is enter Toyota High School so I can finally meet the love of my life.
How the fuck did you do that?
Do what?
Ohayo gozaimasu.
She says, her long hair swaying in the Among Us Morbius Among Us sus.
So, why are you here exactly?
Oh god, the game actually prompts you. I really gotta think about this one.
Tell you what, I'm also in the business of killing God. I want to restore the good old-fashioned values upon which we used to rely.
Is that a bad thing?
For you. Now, are you going to join or not?
Oh god, she doesn't know.
The trouble is, every time I see Blythe now, all I can think of is this. A good boy. You're not a monstrous, threatening creature, are you? You're a good pupper. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Who's a good puppy? Who's a good boy? Yes, you are. You're a good boy.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm a monstrous creature of magnificent valor. How dare you pet me? I'm a sub.
Wonderful. Your first mission is to kill my brother, Satan. You can find him inside his volcano.
Are you trying to kill me?
Don't come back until
Matcha.
1 a.m.
Well, I guess that's it then. Time to take the elevator so I can talk to my sleep paralysis demon.
Greetings, Tarnished.
Oh god, not him.
It is I, Brian Dog, from Family Guy.
Please leave me alone.
I'm not really here right now, so please.
God
leave a
damn it, it's an
message
answering
at the
machine.
tone.
At the tone, please record your message.
Finally, it's time to continue playing the game. And to get to the aforementioned volcano, we must first ascend. We have to elevate our consciousness so I can have my date with Ronnie Senpai. Fortunately for us, there is an elevator.
Okay, so can I get like a straight answer? Is there like a dating sim with Ronnie in it yet? Because if there is, I think I know what we're going to be doing for the rest of the stream.
Thank God the Mountain of Death is wheelchair accessible. You just gotta watch out for the falling rocks. I'm beginning to get the impression that I'm not wanted here. So we enter the absurdly large elevator, custom built and designed for the new American male, and place our keys in the ignition like a sedan. Welcome every pony bazinga to the Altus Plateau, land of the fourth demigod and his magic treehouse. I originally meant to go to the volcano immediately, but this area is the world's biggest set of dangling keys. There are two paths we can take to traverse this area. The road of proper upright civilization.
So it tells you to go...
Set of dangling keys. There are two paths.
It tells you to go one of these two paths. Do you want to know which way I went? I went neither of those ways. I went up into the mountains and fought a fucking lizard.
We can take to traverse this area. The road of proper upright civilization or the forest of immaculate pain. You know, I did both of them, but this one is funnier. Welcome everyone to the Worm People Dimension, a region totally unique in how it decides to kill me. You see, the inhabitants have a special status effect called death, and the effect of death is that it kills you rather painfully. And
every goddamn Souls game has to have some obnoxious petrify skill. This shit is the worst thing they've ever put in any game ever. In Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, you got those stupid little bug-eyed creatures that petrify you. Fuck them. Every fucking Souls game. Nah. I don't want to petrify. Stop putting it in. Stop it. Get some help.
There's quite a few of them. My favorite example is definitely Wormface, who is called that for no reason. All of his attacks are basically instant kills. I think it
like make a really obvious point. What was with the sheer amount of vor in this game? Like, there's been vor in other Souls-like games. But I swear to God, every other monster in this game has a vor animation where they just fucking chomp you and swallow you. Like, I know that they seem to be tailoring the game to fetishists these days, but there was an obnoxious level of vor in this game, and I'm not sure how to feel about it.
It could be better to take the stealthy approach here. Hey guys, Maxor here. Today we're going to be sneaking into Big Shell. Right, and you have to stop the Facebook algorithm. It's giving people pronouns. So after navigating the Impale Jail, or just teleporting past it, because you can do that, we continue exploring Bikini Bottom so I may find the maniac. Just don't turn around on the bridge, because, he is there. So for the next part of our journey, we make our way to the Windmill Village,
you know
which is
kind of crazy watching this. And guys, I'm sorry I paused. I don't normally pause in my watches like this, but there's so much happening at once. If I pause for even if I talk whilst playing the video for 5 seconds, I'll miss like 70 different references. But what amazes me is I'm watching this through and I'm realizing how much of the game I missed. Like, I thought I was being pretty damn comprehensive with my playthrough. But looking at this and how other people have played, dude, I missed like 90% of the game. What the fuck?
Apparently a fun time. You know, I may be a fan of older women, but this is a bit much. These bitches really do be reenacting the plot of Midsommar in the local retirement center. Honestly, this area is pretty dope as long as you don't make them angry. Don't worry, women are very easy to calm down. So with our domestic situation now under control, we walk for 3 seconds until the boss just kind of approaches you, just like Dio at his stand. Welcome back, everyone, to the official IGN walkthrough. And today we're going to be fighting Slenderman. Gotta collect those 8 pages. His attacks are fast, really fast, and his combos are longer.
The sad thing about that 8 pages references is that most people watching this video aren't even old enough to know what that even is anymore. Most people watching this video probably weren't even born when Slenderman was invented, because, you know, we're all aging boomers that have been around longer than that have been around long enough to see people that are now old enough to be born before or after these memes were invented. Good lord.
Than my video schedule. If you ever think you're safe against this boss, think harder. This man goes harder than a police officer in the Black Sea. And to make things worse, we have a second phase which made me scream audibly. Finally, the spaghetti code. I haven't really fought a boss that required an exorcist before, but thankfully the priest was better at the game than me, so that's not the last time we're gonna see him, although I wish.
By the way, guys, my first playthrough of this, I did like full strength. For the cursed playthrough, I'm not allowed to prioritize melee. I have to go for either a spellcaster or something that isn't just her big strength dex build. Yeah, Dimjado, thank you for the resub, dude.
it was. So with Friedrich Fastbear once again confined to his pizzeria, we approached the fabled Gate of Healthy Eyeballs, and after being welcomed very nicely by the residents, we captured the glimpse of our next destination. The next destination hurts my eyes. All you have to know is that I really want to get there because I'm a mom. And also this anime girl. Naturally, my first instinct was to head to the front door, like the feds outside my house. But these instincts were not correct. Also, some people say my videos are too fast, so here's a dog. So instead of whatever that is, we need to take the side route to get in. I have to skulk cantankerously towards my devilish deeds. But upon reaching the back rooms, we find that the way is blocked by the dreaded, most powerful enemy of the entire game. That's right, the copy-paste key is back, and this time...
But most people I see doing this part just cheesed it with poison. Like, poison and toxin in this game are... Anything that does bleed damage, like toxin, poison, bleed... blood rot, all that shit is so easy to use and abuse with this kind of shit. Yeah, the scarlet rot stuff. Dude, the amount of people who I saw just infecting this guy with scarlet rot and then hiding behind a rock for like 20 minutes whilst it killed them. I mean, it's going to be hard to balance a game like this for sure, but still.
He's tired of my shit.
Why do the boss properly when you can hide like a bitch?
This battle is really difficult, not because the moveset is new, but because I have exhausted my horse jokes. To put this another way, he's tougher than my dad and hits harder than his belt. Not much is different this time around though, except for the damage. That is very new. This is just like my Redmi Note 11 Pro when I criticize the Chinese government. Overall though, this boss is a very cool reskin and a literal gatekeeper for the content ahead, which is why I decided to exploit him using my horse, just like the Mongols. Absolutely peak game design right here. I'm very impressed.
Most people who fight this guy don't fight him straight up. They probably abuse some kind of mechanics.
I need to answer my phone. So with the evil lies of capitalism out of the way, it's finally time to head inside. This is what we've been building up for 13 entire minutes. And when I got there, I was so taken aback by what I saw that I fell off a cliff and died. Great start.
Dude, I did as well! I experienced the exact same thing!
Welcome everyone to Listerine, Royal Capital, a land that pleases the eyes and destroys my ears. The sound of the Smurf Jamboree is fucking inescapable. We're gonna hear it for the rest of the level in the form of my tinnitus. Look at this shit. Look how fucking big it is. And yes, we can visit all of that, the entire city. Do you see that dragon? You can climb it. These enemies, they can climb me when I am 6 feet under. Enter the buildings.
You see me? You can climb me. I mean, that's actually kind of how it goes, seeing as I'm like 10 foot tall and you guys are like 5 foot nothing, short ass buggers.
Peruse the streets, find new enemies, and die to them. We've got a little bit of everything here in Portland, Oregon. This game is Dark Souls 4, 5, and fucking 6. So I ask again, are the developers okay? Do they sleep? So after our encounter with Band Glass, we move throughout the city, becoming acquainted with its welcoming residents. And there are so many different paths that it's actually hard to talk about. You can go down the streets and die, go through the storm drain and be dragged to the depths of hell, where the Catholics go. Or you can go to the bad side of town and die to the exploding worm. I hesitate to call this a level because this is a goddamn experience. Just don't enter this innocuous web.
Let's face it. I wouldn't like to say that Souls games have peaked with Elden Ring, but it's going to be very hard for them to make a better game than Elden Ring. Like, if this is what they've been working on for the last 4 years, if they want to make anything better, they're going to have to do something big. And I mean, like, it would have to be like Lord of the Rings levels big within the gaming sphere. You know what I mean?
Well, because you'll have to fight the poo and piss men. Seriously, this is an entire dungeon in and of itself, and it's more convoluted and confusing than a woman. I want to get off Mr. Miyazaki's wild ride. Please let me see my family. But that is a story for probably never, because it's guarded by the demigod of incest. I will have to deal with him later, preferably after he stops dealing with me. So once I finish up preening the garden and becoming one with the graveyard, we ascend to the next level of consciousness and begin making our way to the palace above. It's pretty beautiful, but I would suggest installing railings, because I am stupid. And also this anime. Speaking of which, here's the next boss. He just kind of appears there. Gotta fight Casper the Unfriendly Piss. Now, I could get into this boss, maybe talk about how he helped my insides experience fresh air, but he is very phoned in, and we're going to get quite familiar with him later. And also, he has a stand, so that's how you know he's gay. Since this boss is technically a memory, we're just gonna forget that he exists. Maybe should have done that during the fight. So all that's left to do now is get into the giant tree so I can finally kill God. I've always had a grudge against that guy. After all, he made the British Isles, and some crimes cannot be forgiven.
Hey! How dare you?
If it isn't my old friend. The tarnished who gets no bitches and stacks no paper. How are you alive exactly? How are you still single?
This is like the
Once
third
I
time you fight
called
him
the
by this point.
demigod's family,
Four if
but
you
that
include
was
his clone.
before I became racist. Though your tenacity deserves praise, it is for naught. For I have never lost a debate. What the fuck is wrong with you? Cancel culture.
It's because he's a master debater. Masterfully debating things. Ah, he.
Strikes again. Oh god, this fight is good. Like, really fucking good. I just didn't sign up to play Sekiro today. That quirked up white boy do be busting it down sexual style, and his secret is methamphetamine. This shit is fast. Very, very fast. Faster than a Genshin player's trajectory to prison. So fast that the hammer doesn't even wait for phase 2. They call him Home Depot DoorDash because he's delivering the tools
yet
straight to
again,
you.
I still
Also,
don't
yes, I
really
can
struggle
make
with
his
this
weapon
guy. I think
change
it could be
color
about
at will.
4
It's like a
tentacles.
speed run for epileptics. But what makes this fight difficult is not just the speed, not just the mobility.
What makes this fight difficult is how big his fucking dick is. Like, this dude will stick it in your mouth from the other side of the room.
And definitely not
name
just
the
the
video,
damage, although
Max
there is a lot of
or-
that, but just how many
incorrect
fucking
summary
moves
of
this man
Elden Ring.
has, and all of them have different attack speeds, so have fun with that. This time around, we've got daggers, hammers, spears, a lot of swords, and a little bit of trolling. I remember when Dark Souls bosses were just an obese man, we were so young, but this does beg the question, why was Morgoth just hanging out in front of
Really make you
Stormvale?
think, though, doesn't it? Like, how far we've come since, like, the first Dark Souls game. It's ridiculous. Like, you look back at Dark Souls 1, and now you look at Elden Ring. Dude, From Software are geniuses, I swear. I'm not trying to suck their dick or anything. I just love Souls-like games.
Is he getting his groceries? Did he use a VPN? The only assumption I can make is that he just really hates you, and yeah, I can fucking feel that. I also
Demon's
hate
Souls,
me,
yeah, for
so to
sure,
come
but
out on
still,
top, we've got to
you had a
remain
remaster
quick,
since
brace
then.
the inside of our asshole, and verify our online sources with correct documentation, because this is the hardest boss so far,
I
and the
appreciate a
easiest
lot more
boss for the
these
rest of the
things
game.
since
So
we
whether we're
watched
delivering
episode 1,
pizza
I've
or
played
attempting
through,
deicide, Morgoth will bring you the
Metal
Home
Gear
Depot
Revenge.
experience, whether you're ready
A
or
lot of these
not,
Metal
and the
Gear games
answer
are making
is
much more
usually
sense.
not. That fight was the fucking bomb.
There's something. Okay, so actually, with a comparison I make between this and Metal Gear Vengeance, like doing boss fights, like in Metal Gear Vengeance and Dark Souls, they both share in common that adrenaline rush. There's something about boss fights that absolutely hand you your ass that's just so good. Like fighting Monsoon in Metal Gear Vengeance and also the Senator was such an absolute rush of adrenaline. It really brought me back to playing Dark Souls games. And when you've got bosses that are like that in a game, you could have anything else happening. Like the rest of the game could be just whatever. But so long as the boss fights are good, it's such an experience because it means that everything else in the game is just filler at that point. And because you're looking forward to these amazing boss fights. And when you got boss fights like Senator, Rocket Sam or whatever his name was, Jet Boot Sam or whatever. Either way, when you've got bosses that are so memorable, honestly, memorable bosses make a game more memorable than just having memorable connecting sections. It's kind of why when you think of games that have memorable sticking power, it's the games that have bosses that have that kind of like meme worthiness. I mean, fucking Metal Gear Vengeance is a meme in of itself, but you think about Elden Ring or like Dark Souls 1 with like the Taurus demon and or the and like the Forgotten King in Dark Souls 3, or you know, there's bosses that make a name for a game. And it's what I think things like Elden Ring and Souls-like games do so well, because it makes them so recognizable. Yes, the Nameless King, that's the one.
It was a hard-fought battle, but now it is time for me to claim my rightful throne. Fuck, I'm going to make God pay for this. All we have to do is go through the,
Dude,
this probably has an explanation, but something tells me I'm not going to like it. Oh well, time to go. My actual objective is worse than this. Much, much worse than this. So, yeah, that's great. Look, I
must
need help
go.
getting into the
My
glow
people
stick tree.
need me.
Do you have any shears?
Oh, why didn't you say so?
No reason in particular.
Nah, don't worry about him. He's, doing stretches. For the next 5,000 years.
What?
Anyways, you need to, burn the
Only
tree.
5,000
Excuse me?
years,
You
dude,
need to
I
go to
could freaking
Giant
go sleep in
Mountain
that
and
time.
burn someone to death. I want that shit to look like a road flare.
You are scaring me.
The pain is immense and without limit.
How about I just go kill Satan instead?
You cannot run from me.
Welcome! Oh, dude, this place is amazing.
Welcome everyone to the Mountain of Agony, both in the lore and in gameplay, but mostly gameplay. Home of the fifth demigod, Satan, literally just Satan, Lucifer, the big D, if you will, who has made his
So
home
I
inside of a
saw
literal
so many people
volcano
struggle
where
with
he
this
intends
boss.
to commit blasphemy in
It took like
peace.
4
Just
attempts,
one
5
problem,
attempts
we gotta climb
at
that shit
most.
ourselves, and the main way up is
Because I was just that freaking good at the game, yo. I didn't even have to use recreational
a
drugs.
little bit linear. I call it the Habsburg family tree because this shit is a circle, one with a higher population of apes than Twitter.com. My favorite part was the horrifying darkness of my
Very true,
Appalachian camping trip. Something is after me, but I don't know what it is. Now don't get me
I never saw
wrong,
that
there's
enemy.
still a lot to discover, but half of it is
Dude, I
igneous
missed
rock, and
so
what
much in
remains
this
is a
game
bit
with the
of
brig.
special. Just gotta take out this
It's
enemy over here when
Snake
suddenly
Eater.
bird jump scare. It feels a bit like every level collaborated
Hi,
to make
Nitty.
this one. We've got people, monkeys, spastic robots, and you better believe that the hands are back. We even get to see the handyman himself. He's getting really out of hand this
Handy
time.
dandy
You could say
man
that
with
I
a
have
dandy
my
for
hands
Randy.
full. This is hands down the stupidest joke in the video. So after climbing a little bit, 3 ladders in a row, we gaze over a cliff whereupon Patches just breaks my fucking skeleton. Guess I have to climb all the way
God
back.
damn it, so Patches never did that to me. God damn it. Freaking Patches, yo. Freaking Patches. I swear. Like, Patches is the connection between all the different games to show that Dark Souls is in the canon universe of Elden Ring. Patches is a transcendent being that connects it all together.
Back up. The top of the mountain is really fun though, especially when my computer decides to
this
work. It's like
enemy here,
Disneyland for
this boss literally took me the longest out of any of the bosses in the game just because of the fucking run back. I mean, I don't know what the problem with this boss was, but killing this thing took me longer than it should have. I think I was stuck on this thing for like 6 hours. I had to beat it off stream at one point, I think.
It's like Disneyland for Victorian peasants, or just Yugoslav war criminals. I think Satan might be up to something. It's just a guess, though. So, after 3 days of assorted undersea mischief-making, we finally arrive at the Volcano Manor. But at that size, it's more like a volcano-gated community. Little did I know what I was getting into, starting with the, red. Like all the flags this is giving me. I feel like I'm inside of a gaming PC. Maybe this woman can give us more info.
Hello, Tarnish,
Why can't we
and
just have
welcome
PCs
to
that
the
are
Red
just PCs
Manor.
now?
Feeling creative today, aren't we?
I am the virtual YouTuber of this
it's fucking
mansion,
Iron Mouse! Why am I not surprised?
Tanith, and this is Gug.
Gug.
Gug is in pain.
Aren't we all?
Anyways, can I interest you in joining the forces of Satan? We offer coupons.
For what exactly?
Mostly funeral.
What I have to say about this, I love how mainstream VTubing is becoming. Like, yes, it's absolutely cringeworthy as all hell, but you know what? The fact that you got people like Iron Mouse, Zentreya, like the whole VTubing thing has become so mainstream. It's like furries. Furries became mainstream. Only VTubing is probably a bit more socially acceptable or accepted, considering. And I just love the fact that VTubing is becoming so recognized in the general community as a whole. Yeah, and yeah, there's just so many prime examples of that. Also, by the way, guys, we're officially under 480 hours left on the subathon. Woo! Poggers.
But sometimes Tesco.
Well, you know what? I do want to attack God, and the mood lighting here is sick as fuck. Where do I sign?
Oh, you don't sign, you kill.
What?
We crave innocent blood, traveler, and I expect a sufficient donation. After all, you are what
where's
you
Sea-Dog?
eat,
Where's
and
Sea-Dog
I
in
am a
this?
child at heart.
I think I chose the wrong voice actor.
Hail Satan!
Well, I guess since I serve Satan now, my outfit needs to get a little edgy.
Okay, I feel kind of sorry for Iron Mouse, because Iron Mouse can do way more voices than the cutesy kind of like default voice she has. Like, if you've ever heard Iron Mouse's other work that she's ever done, she's really good at voice acting. Like, just in general, she can do she has such a wide range of in terms of her voice scope. So I don't know, maybe I don't know, Maxor, maybe you could have just asked Iron Mouse to have done a different voice. I'm just saying.
And my weapons need to become a little veggier. Potatoes aren't the only things that these can peel. And as a fresh recruit to the Army of Darkness, I now have access to the office break room. It is surprisingly nice so long as you avoid the souls of the damned. I do not care who the IRS sends, I am not paying taxes. Also, half my fellow demons have scoliosis. So, let's just collect our first target. You know, instead of talking to them. And if I'm going to kill the innocent, I might as well do it with some chill beatings by Dr. Dre to relax and study to.
I hope this doesn't get me DMCA claimed. I'll buy you 700 biddies. DMCA, chat, DMCA. This is the DMCA. We're not gonna lose monetization on this video. DMCA. Danny, thank you for the
I think we might be the bad guys. Just kidding, I don't think. Oh shit, wrong door.
Congratulations, Traveler. You have proven yourself my finest sin.
My sins are unforgivable.
You get to meet Satan now.
Oh, what's the occasion?
Dinner.
Can I leave now?
Have fun.
And I'm the main course.
Hi there, Satan.
So, I saw so many people struggling with this boss. Like, I think it was Ray Rani that I was watching, and she was on this boss for like hours, and I think I got it in, what, 5 attempts? I suppose it depends if you're using the big sword or not, right? Because you can take that sword and level it up. Yo, Ryan, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How? Oh, it's a pretty easy fight, honestly. Like, I mean, I did get a little bit lucky, but I died the first time. I went away, leveled up the sword, came back, and it did make it a bit easier. But the actual fight itself ain't difficult. You just, like, run around until he does a certain move, and then... The only thing I found with this boss, this was, like, a really good example about how Elden Ring has broken the God's-given rule about not making attacks that are undetectable. So in every Souls-like game that I've ever played, like 99% of attack moves have some semblance of like recognizable attack patterns that means you can avoid them. This boss made me realize that Elden Ring had broken that pattern in the sense that Elden Ring has quite a large percentage of big bosses that have almost unavoidable attacks and very bad and certain attacks that are not within that realm of fairness that you would get from most of the other Souls games. Which is a bit of bullshit, really. But hey.
Did you fall from heaven? I don't think he liked that one.
One of my only critical games, see what I mean? This is another thing that bores you.
Hey guys, Maxor here, and today we're gonna be trapped in, hell. Yeah, so turns out war crimes and orgies are sins. Don't ask. So now that we're in hell, I get to meet all of my favorite heroes, such as Ronald Reagan, and also all the landlords that Mal killed. But to navigate this new landscape of fire and brimstone, we must venture into the many circles of hell, each one complete with their own trials and punishments, but mostly punishments. Now as for me, I was sent to the circle of greed for being a YouTuber, and my punishment is continuing to make this video. It is 4 in the morning. Now the first thing you see in this level, and I mean the first thing, is an anchor direction. This tells us that we're in the circle of lust, where all the Genshin players reside. You know, I'm a really big fan of Sugma Kokomi. Boy, I sure do love being surrounded by women. Genshin Impact video very soon. Just gotta turn this corner and
where's my invite, huh? I'm sure you'd enjoy
just standing
my
there? Well, I'm sure he won't be bothering me
yeah.
anytime later. Oh my god, it's him, the Caprese Demon. Now for our next stop in every Denny's ever made, we're heading into Hell's Assisted Living Center, which is filled with unbaptized infants and the disabled. It was at this moment that I knew I was not being punished, but that I was the punishment. Also, Jesus Christ, this is darker than Ethiopia. After which, we find ourselves in the circle of gluttony, because the residents are a bit sluggish. I know, very funny stuff. It's time for some fun volcano facts with Maxor. Did you know that lava cannot hurt you as long as you are backstepping? Try to do it in real life. Actually, at this point, the lava is more of a suggestion. Summer enjoyers be like, at least there be no snow. Oh boy, I sure do love taking a walk in the great state of Arizona. So after we're finished navigating the, kinky neighborhood Brotherhood. We head into the next circle of hell, the Heresy, which is accessed when I pull a bridge out of the room temperature lava. This is where God puts all the papists after being dragged into the storm drain. Their Sisyphean punishment is that they have to get laid on Gmail, delete every other website.
So I'll be real. I mean, I know you're doing a good job. I know you're doing a good job of like editing this and stuff, but I'm seeing some duplicate memes you're putting in here, buddy. I don't know if you were getting a bit sloppy or maybe a bit lazy there, Maxor, but I'm seeing some repeat memes. Yo, Max, so if you need somebody to like proofread your vids and such, yo, hit me up in the DMs. I can happily look through and make sure you're not duping your memes.
Site. You have to fuck and suck on Gmail. Now if you'll excuse me, I'll be attending mass to steal the wine. Hey guys, welcome back to my 600-pound death, and on today's episode, we're going to be fighting the skinniest Reddit mod. This is not what I meant when I said I wanted jiggle physics. I think this boss may have had a few too many communion wafers. How many of those do you have to eat before it's considered one entire Jesus? This is your body, broken for me. Now, unlike the other foreskin brother, the absolute girth of this man might make you think we're in for a slower fight, but you are wrong. That would make the game easier. He is even faster than that, and that just makes me go from depressed to impressed. And just like last time, his second phase is absolute body horror. Genuinely just the scariest shit I've ever seen in my life. Please consult your doctor before engaging in any Nico Kato maxing. I think I'm gonna be here for a few more minutes. Finally, the bloated design. Body positivity. No, I have body negativity. Also, holy shit, this music goes hard. This is an absolutely inappropriate boss theme for the inside of a Walmart. I think it's about time that we shave off some of that excess skin. Come on, do it. Give me your skin. If you aren't comfortable in your own flesh, you should pull it off. So now that I've officially shot Biggie Biggs, we can finally grab the and continue on our route towards the average Californian summer. Me being sent to hell, they forgot to take my Bluetooth speaker away. That's right, we're finally here, the heart of the beast, home of deceitful serpents and their evil minions. You know, Washington. Also,
Wait, how long's left in this video? Is there gonna be part 3? Why am I afraid of orgasms? What the fuck? Thank you for the bits, though. So judging by the fact there's only 5 minutes left of this video, there's going to be a part 3. Oh my god. We waited for months for this part, and it's not even the end? Bet. Fucking bet.
More ladders,
I mean,
but honestly it's a bit
easy
to get lost in here. Personally though, I don't think there's much here that we haven't already talked about, besides the
orb.
The egged one, just your standard committee of child skinners. So we're just gonna teleport straight to the boss, which is the actual way you do it because of the reasons why. All right, Satan, I've served you for too long. Now prepare to feel my... Oh, wait a second.
Yeah. Time to get eaten by Mr. Serpent. Yummy, yummy. Yeah,
welcome
so this is what I'm talking about, right? How did people struggle? I don't get it. Like, I didn't. I never had a problem with it. I died, what, 6 times? 5 times? I definitely didn't go into double digits on this boss. And it wasn't even like I was over-leveled. Like, I think I was just... for this boss particular, I was average leveled for it. I guess I'm just that good at video games. Aha!
Everyone to doom internalizing my abuse. And today, we're going to be fighting the, we're going to Google how to kill him, because as it turns out, the reptile exhibit is in need of some heavy ordnance,
and
of which
by this point, you're kind of an idiot if you haven't presumed there's at least one boss in this game that requires you to pick up a sword or an object inside the room to beat it. Like, every Souls-like game has this at this point. You got the Stormbringer from Dark Souls 3 and from Dark Souls 1. From Demon Souls, sorry. So, naturally speaking, you would expect that there would be a boss with that similar quarter. Yeah, you get it.
I'm an expert. The Serpent Hunter is, and I quote, on some anime shit, a weapon of mass destruction specifically built to kill just snakes, you know, like a secretary bird. It's also 3 feet from the entrance. That's like giving chocolate out in a dog pound. God may give me his toughest battles, but so too do we get his largest gun. We just went from Storm Ruler to Storm Meter Stick. This fight is the coolest shit I've ever seen. It is so satisfying to use this weapon, and the damage is absolutely biblical. My favorite part was when Cain beat his brother to death with a rock. The only drawback is that you are too strong, and dodging him is a little easy because the snake will signal every attack by pogging. But if I had to choose a boss to be easy, this one is pretty fucking up there. And trust me, I know about fucking up. Just ask the war crime trials. I have something to admit, guys. I didn't really kill anyone in the war. I only kill people like you, tomorrow. But as for this boss, his difficulty does not get in the way of the fun, of which there is plenty. I think the best attack is the one where he slimes me at the Kids' Choice Awards. Plus, I am always down for animal abuse, especially after the animal
guys,
abuse.
I hate to make this submission, but I purposely let Slimer jump on top of me so I can get slimed. Because it makes sliding inside your mama all that easier. Let's go!
So with that out of the way, I think it's about time that we graduate this noodle from endangered to extinct.
But wait, there's more!
Oh Jesus, aren't you dramatic?
Demigod of Mount Gelmir, number...
They got you! They got fucking chills! Number 15, Demigod of Mjolnir. There's nothing you would want more to eat your asshole than Demigod of Mjolnir. This faceless creature just wants to tuck its face between your cheeks and rim you for all eternity. And that's exactly what it's gonna do.
Number 15, Praetor Rykard. It appears that you are trying to cut off...
What the? It isn't! So this isn't even a... I've been bamboozled!
It appears that you are trying to cut off my pet snake, so in return, I will now cut off yours. The last thing you want on your journey to hell is to join the Serpent King as family, but as it turns out, that might be what you get.
Oh my...
Whoever they got to do that did it fucking flawlessly. I straight up thought that it was actually chills, dude. Oh my god, I'm shaking.
Fucking god, it's finally him. It's Satan. I'm your biggest fan. Oh, welcome everyone to the second phase of life, also known as death, and today we're going to be fighting the human centipede along with everyone he's ever consumed. That's right, this entire time we were participating in the world's most complicated buffet. Not to mention I'm carrying the souls of 4 entire demigods, so I just delivered Rykard his fucking pizza. But if you want to get eating, first you have to get eaten. Buy an immortal snake and live on him like a tumor. That's called making a deal. Now as for the gameplay, it's a little intense, you know, kind of spooky, kind of makes me cry, because this boss, on top of his normal moveset, can use every snake attack, just like Metal Gear Solid, but that isn't even the dangerous part. That happens when he unleashes the 50 goddamn explosive skulls at the loudest possible volume and then dips my screen into a vat of hot oil. I guess hell was just built on a missile system. I could not tell you what's happening on the screen right now. The best way I can describe this fight is that it gives brain damage, just like playing Valorant, but in a good way, unlike playing Valorant. Even still, this battle is not about that. It is all about the spectacle, the weaponry, and of course the violence. It is a gimmick fight done absolutely correct, even if it hurts my eyes a bit. But if this fight gets one thing right, it is definitely style. And while this battle may be long, you know, like a cat, goddamn does it deliver.
I will say as well, this is probably one of the most cinematically interesting fights to look at. Like, just in terms of what's going on and like the environment and everything. Dude, this entire fight was just stunning. Like, I'm actually, like, out of all the fights in Elden Ring, I'm super looking forward to getting back and doing this one again, because it was just so cool. Like, adrenaline pumping fun. Now, here's the question. When I get back to this fight in my next playthrough, are you going to permit me to use the sword? Because I feel like that would be easy moding it. I feel like if we're going to get back there, I don't think I should be allowed to use the sword. I don't know. What do you guys think? You know, this video is not going to be monetized, I can tell you that much for a fact.
Man, you two are a match made in hell. Hey, so, I might have killed Satan.
You fucking what?
Yeah, so, Where did she go?
Gone.
Oh. She's eating what?
Oh shit, I didn't even see that. Wow, okay. I'm gonna have to go back and see what that's all about. I didn't even realize that that's where she went. So she went and nommed on Daddy? Oh dear. Oh dear. Iron Mouse got hungry. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what an experience. Part 2. I can only assume that part 3 is gonna be the end? I would certainly hope so. I don't want to friggin' pander this on too much, but Jesus, I love Maxwell's editing. I love the memes. I love the friggin' spasticated mindset of this entire thing. Dude, it's more scatterbrained than I am half the time. It's beautiful. Well, guys, I hope this has been fun to watch. With that, I will see you all in the next video. Bye!